Today, we'll explore unearthed, uncovered, and uncanny buildings of unknown origin. From abandoned cities, lost civilizations, and artifacts buried deep underground. Our journey will take us through diverse regions such as Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, through the Great White North of Canada, to regions in between and far beyond. Let's start by exploring a massive ancient city that was supposedly built within 10 years and then suddenly abandoned. Northern Iraq, unearthed from mud and sand in the 1840s, lies the forgotten city of Khorsabad, also known as the Fortress of Sargon, a city that for centuries remained buried, erased from memory, and lost to time. The official narrative tells us it was built in the late 8th century BC by King Sargon II. This Assyrian capital was designed to be a masterpiece, an eternal symbol of divine authority, but less than a decade after its construction, it was mysteriously abandoned. Why would a city of such scale, crafted with precision, containing monumental sculptures and reliefs, be deserted so quickly? The official narrative tells us Sargon II commissioned it, employing the finest artisans of the Assyrian Empire, but some of the engineering, the giant scale, including massive limestone slabs transported over great distances, assembled with precision cuts, intricately carved with mythological motifs, seem to hint at knowledge and technology far beyond what we expect from the 8th century BC. Did Sargon II actually have this built, or did he claim, restore, and repurpose a previously existing structure? Could Khorsabad have been built and populated by an earlier, forgotten civilization? Or were the Assyrians much more advanced than we are led to believe? The city's abrupt end raises more questions than answers. Just a year after its completion, Sargon II was killed in battle. His body never recovered. His death was considered to be a bad omen, and Khorsabad was left behind as if cursed. Today, what remains are fragments, monolithic ruins, mysterious artifacts, broken reliefs, statues depicting hybrid beings, and cryptic inscriptions. Do you believe the official narrative, or is there more to this story yet to be unearthed? Next, we will examine some images from the late 18 through early 1900s, Ottawa, Canada. Canadians in the mid-1800s were simple people with simple lifestyles. The population of Ottawa was under 15,000 people, and the main occupations were lumbermen, sawmill workers, and farmers. Most people were not college educated. They lived in rural communities, which included basic wood-framed, box-style houses. Yet Ottawa's skyline at this time looked more like an old European capital than a typical mid-1800s Canadian city. We are told the original Parliament buildings were completed in the 1860s, at a time when Ottawa was driven by the lumber industry. Yet these buildings featured intricate stonework and masonry, looking to be hundreds of years old. How did people with little formal education, backgrounds in the lumber industry, and only basic carpentry skills manage to create such intricate architecture, echoing the grandeur of old-world European cathedrals? And why was that even necessary? Then on the night of February 3rd, 1916, it all changed. A fire broke out, destroying many of these old-world buildings. The fire marked more than a loss. It was a turning point, a break from the past. Canada would not rebuild what it had lost. It would build something new. Situated in Far East Turkey, separated from Armenia by the Archean River, lies the empty, crumbling site of the once great metropolis of Ani, known as the City of 1,001 Churches. The actual origins of this city are lost to time, but its earliest recorded history goes back more than 1,600 years. Ani was located on various trade routes and grew to become a walled city of more than 100,000 residents by the year 1000 AD. In the centuries that followed, Ani and the surrounding region were conquered hundreds of times. Byzantine emperors, Ottoman Turks, Armenians, nomadic Kurds, Georgians, and Russians claimed and reclaimed this area, repeatedly attacking and chasing out residents. By the 1300s, Ani was in steep decline, and it was completely abandoned by the 1700s. This city's ruins were once again rediscovered in the 1800s. Archaeologists and the general public became fascinated with the folklore surrounding Ani. But any plans to rebuild this site were halted due to World War I and the later events of the Armenian genocide, which left the region an empty, militarized, no man's land. Perhaps these stone buildings were similar to the other old world buildings and contained lost technology. Was the city much more advanced than we were led to believe? Were wars used as a convenient way to delete the past? We can only speculate on how this city once looked, what secrets it contained, and how many of these buildings and artifacts have since returned to dust. Next, let's explore some random oddities, architecture, and artifacts of unknown origin. Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, regarded as the oldest known permanent human settlement ever discovered, and before 1994, no one knew it ever existed. The official narrative tells us it was constructed over 11,000 years ago, which means this city predates Stonehenge by more than 6,000 years and the pyramids of Egypt by at least 7,000. If this timeline is correct, it was built at a time when humans were roaming as hunter-gatherers, using primitive tools and living in caves. Built before the invention of agriculture, long before people settled in villages. Yet we are to believe that these primitive, nomadic people built a permanent settlement complete with massive stone pillars, some weighing up to 10 tons, including T-shaped monoliths adorned with intricate carvings of animals. We may never know who built this or how it fits in with the actual historical timeline. What we do know is this: according to the official narrative, Gobekli Tepe should not exist. less than 30 years of excavation have barely scratched the surface. What lies even deeper beneath the earth here could reshape everything we've been told about where we came from, who was here before us.